Do you guys feel lazy today? Do you just want to sit next to a boss invisible and laugh whilst he dies over time? Or perhaps you're looking to just be a bit sneaky or have a longer lasting super? Well people, this is your Hunter's Spectral Blades Void Sneaky Infinite Invisibility Build thingy. Okay, so yeah, I think you got all that right. So guys, I'm Divide. Comment your favourite build, drop a rating and subscribe, but now let's build this sneaky one. So in case you're not aware, this is probably like the 200th build video I've made, so if you want to see other awesome builds for your favourite subclasses, I've probably covered it. Link below. But as always, let's go through the build, and before jumping into our loadout, we need to see what this build is all about. So this is your Hunter's Void Middle Tree build, that being Spectral Blades. And this build is designed to get your super reasonably quicker, whilst maintaining constant and infinite invisibility, and the main requirement here is that you ideally want a masterworked weapon with a fresh perk. And this is so that we get our super energy when getting kills with the weapon. So for this example, we're using the bottom dollar, really good weapon by the way, so definitely recommend using this. I believe it comes from Gambit, correct me if I'm wrong. But alongside that, your good heavy option is Anarchy if you want to be lazy like me, but this does a good job in hard solo activities if you're in a boss fight, as you can just use Anarchy on the boss and sit invisible the whole time. But moving into our subclass, of course, Middle Tree Void Spectral Blades, and this thing never gets used enough, so after this build you better give it a try. But the main perk to note here is the Flawless Execution, where getting precision kills while crouched grants invisibility and true sight and increased melee range, with Shattering Strike, where after that Flawless Execution your melee attack weakens enemies. Definitely a good combo, and you can just sit there with invisibility, weaken an enemy, use Anarchy, then go invisible again and just chill. I mean, it's actually kind of funny. But moving into our armor, for the helmet you can use the Exotic Graviton Forfeit, which improves invisibility and extends it by about a few seconds. It's worth using if you don't have the exotic chest, which we'll go through shortly. But for our helmet mods, we are using Precision Charge. To become Charge Light from rapid hand cannon precision kills, you guys can change this up to what your main primary is. Then we have Double Dynamo, or should I say Dynamo twice, to reduce our super cooldown when using our class near enemies. For our gauntlets, we've got Super Charge for an extra 2 stacks of Charge of Light. Then our chest, we're using the Exotic Gwisin Vest that comes with its unique perk that restores super energy when going into stealth after a kill. Basically use your heavy attack to go into stealth. This chest is a nice option, but if you don't have it, you can use the helmet exotic I mentioned earlier. Both are good options here, and I believe you can get both exotics from the World Exotic Engrams or from Zero on the weekends. But for our mod, we are using Energy Converter to gain up to half of our super energy after using our super by using our grenade. Definitely a perfect choice there. Now for the legs, I'm going with Taken Charge to become Charge of Light by picking up Orbs of Power, because believe it or not, you'll generate a ton using your masterwork weapon. So this will help us get more stacks of Charge of Light, and not just that, you're getting super energy from the orbs and from the weapon's fresh perk. Now you could also use mods that reduce your class cooldown on orb pickups, which will make these orbs even more valuable, as you can use more dodges for that Dynamo mod to kick in and give us more super energy. Great combo there. But finally for the class, we're using Charged Up for our final stack of Charge of Light to give us 5 stacks, and Sundering Glare because why not? You can change Sundering Glare to what you prefer, but I didn't see anything else of good use here. Lastly, for your stats, you want to ideally go for max intellect, mobility, and or recovery. All are great options here and will work best for this build. So I'd rate this build probably a 9 out of 10 for solo players. It's definitely one of those good builds if you want to do something like the Pit of Heresy, Solo Flawless, or even Prophecy for those encounters where there's a lot of ads. And you can just shoot one in the head and go invisible for 10 seconds and do what you need to do to recover. It's not something I'd take into team activities like a Nightfall though, but overall still a pretty fun build to play around with and experiment with different kinds of things, especially as this subclass is hardly ever used in PvE. But that is all for this quick build video. Next you should check out my playlist with other awesome builds for each class, but for now, leave a rating, drop a comment of your favourite build, subscribe and share, and of course, give this one a try. And I'll see you all in the next one.